Good morning, my dear students. And once again, I welcome you back to the English online classes. I think quite a big gap. First year exams, then holidays, and now we are back again with our online classes. And I'm going to pick up a very beautiful chapter, though it's very simple. It's not having a very, you can say that a lot of interesting aspects in this chapter, but a very beautiful message is imparted through this chapter. And the fact is, they are those messages which tells us, we human beings, how to lead our life, how to live our life. Now let me speak about this chapter. This is chapter 1 from your supplementary reader, and the chapter's name is The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, written by William Saroyan. Now, when we talk about this story or this chapter which is there in your syllabus, I call it as a beautiful chapter, as I said, because of its simplicity. Now, what is the simplicity of this? When we people talk about our life, you learn moral science, isn't it? In moral science, teachers teach you about moral values like humility, honesty, kindness, caring, loving, compassion. All these are the various virtues that we people ask, or we people teach, or your elders they teach you to instill within you so that you live a good human life. There is one more thing which is very important in a human life. Actually, it is that particular thing which guide our life, and that thing is called as conscience. I know generally people say conscience. It's conscience. Conscience means antar atma, the one which guides us throughout our life, which tells us what is right, what is wrong. It is different matter that whether you want to listen to it or not, that's a different matter. And here we are going to talk about all those things. We are going to talk about honesty. We are going to talk about the conscience pricking a person. Now, what the story is about? The story is about two boys, small children. They are, means young children, around some 9 years old, 14 years old, or 13 years old, like that. They're not very big, but still they are going to teach us a good lesson. Now, what the story is? The story is about a tribe. The tribe is called as the Armenian tribe. Okay, and these two boys, they belong to this tribe. The problem of this tribe is that they are very poor, means they are having a lot of difficulty in filling their stomach properly all the three meals, and that kind of poverty exists in them. But even though they are poor, a very big hallmark is there of this tribe. You know what's a hallmark? Like when you go to a shop or when you go to purchase gold, you might have heard of it. This is the hallmark. Hallmark means like which defines you, which defines that thing. It tells that, yeah, this is what defines that thing. Like, say, for example, if you are going to buy gold, purity, genuinity, that is the hallmark of that shop. That is the hallmark of that particular brand. This is what hallmark means. Now, let's come back to the lesson. As I was talking about this Armenian boys, this Armenian tribe is very poor, totally poverty stricken. But still, they are having hallmarks. You know what are their hallmarks? Trust and honesty. Now, these two things, trust and honesty, is a very genuine part of their life. And we will come across certain situations, or you can say certain happenings of their life, where these two boys will be going through a certain phase where lie is there. Um, you can say that cheating is there, stealing is there, all those things are there. But at the end, the climax which comes up, that's beautiful. Now, here, when we people talk about this, let me introduce the story in very short, holding back the climax of the story. Okay, The story is, as I said, that is about these two boys. Actually, the narrator of this story is that 9-year-old boy who is sharing with us one of the incident of his childhood, and the name of that boy is Adam. Okay, and the story is about the next another boy who is his cousin. His name is Murad. Out of these two boys, Murad is the elder one and Adam is the younger one. And Adam is a simple boy, and Murad, he is little kind of a crazy fellow. He may do things which people don't expect to be done. And as I said to you, that they belong to the Armenian tribe, which is considered to be very truthful and honest, trustable, who can die out of starvation. Even though they are very poor, they will die out of starvation, but they will never steal or they will never deceive anyone. They will never ditch anyone. Under that circumstances, one day early morning, this Murad happens to bring a white horse. Now the question arises that from where he got the white horse. Then a lot of things gets linked up. These two boys riding the white horse, and then their wishes, their desires, and then at the last, what happens? That is what the story is all about. So let's begin the story. This story is about two poor Armenian boys who belong to a tribe whose hallmarks are trust and honesty. One day back there, in the good old days, when I was 9, and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence, and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. My cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him, except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up, tapping on the window of my room. Adam, he said. I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. My cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. Okay, as I told you, the story is about two poor Armenian boys who belonged to the Armenian tribe, which was very well known for its trust and honesty. Now, the story begins like this. He recollects the memories of the past when he was just 9 years old, and you know this age. This age is full of imaginary, means fairy tales, all the good and the jolly good type of happenings. Everything looks very delightful and magnificent, means extraordinary and beautiful and grand in this age. And at that particular moment, when he was in this age, one morning, his cousin Murad. Now, his cousin Murad is also described over him in his own words. He said that Murad is considered as a crazy person. Except this narrator, Aram, of ours, everybody else in the tribe considers Murad to be a very crazy fellow. See, in every family this happens. There will be one person who will be little different from all the others. He will be different in his means behavior wise, nature wise. Maybe he is very silent, or maybe he is very extrovert. Means different way he might be from the other family members, and then automatically people jump to the conclusion and call him that, oh, he seems to be crazy. Crazy here means sanki. Okay, crazy. But Adam says that as far as he knows his brother, cousin, Murad is not a crazy fellow, but people consider him to be crazy. So one day morning, this Murad, he came to his house. Adam was sleeping. And he woke up Adam by tapping, means knocking on the closed window. He knocked and he called Adam. Hearing his voice, Adam jumped from his bed, and then he looked out of the window. Window was closed. Window cover was in the window panel. He knocked and then he called Adam. Adam jumped from the bed and looked out of the window. And Adam says that what I saw, I couldn't believe it. Means it was something very unexpected that he had seen out of the window. And Adam says it was not morning, means not very bright, but it was summer morning, and very soon the day was supposed to come out fully, And with that particular situation, or with that particular moment, when the light was enough for him to understand or see the things, still he could not believe what his eyes were looking up. What it was there in front of his eyes? Murad was sitting on the back of a very beautiful white horse. Horse was beyond imagination for him. That Murad will be sitting down on the back of a white horse, not white, a horse. Then he just said, I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. Yes, he said in Armenian, it's a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to write. When, like how it happens now, when we are surprised or something very unexpected is there in front of our eyes, what we do? We keep on rubbing our eyes. मतलब आँख मल मल के देखते हैं हम लोग कि it is true or not. So, because he was not able to believe what he was seeing, he put his head outside the window and he rubbed his eyes. Who? Adam. And when Adam did this, Murad understood that it is hard for this fellow to believe that I'm sitting down on the back of a horse. So Murad said that in his local language, means in his tribal language, that is Armenian, he said that yes, yes, it is a horse only. And if you are not dreaming at all, if you want to ride this horse, come on, come fast, he said to him. Now about Murad, one paragraph is given, a very beautiful paragraph it is. It's been explained how it is that Murad is considered, why it is that he is considered crazy also. I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake. But this was more than even I could believe. A very beautiful line, a funny type of actually. Adam says that he knows his cousin very well and he believes that. Now, my question is, before I explain this, how many of us actually enjoy being alive in this world? Out of 24 hours, 8 hours, some people till 10 hours. Okay, we sleep. Then the rest of the time, we are all filled with tensions or some work or the other. Either the ladies will be busy cooking in the house, gents will be busy earning the money for the house, children will be busy studying. So we all are having such kind of a schedule in today's world that very rarely we people know that yes, we have to live our life, we don't have to drag our life. So here Murad is one such person who enjoys being living in this world. He enjoys his life to its fullest. And Adam so beautifully he says that anybody who has fallen in this world by mistake, means हम में से कोई भी जो कि गलती से इस पृथ्वी पे गिर गया, पैदा हो गया, in comparison to that person, Murad enjoys his life to the extreme. Still, what he was seeing, that was hard to believe. Murad with a horse. Now, again, in a coming few paragraphs, his family is going to be explained. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. This was the wonderful part. In the second place, we were poor. This was the part that wouldn't permit me to believe what I saw. We were poor. We had no money. Our whole tribe was poverty stricken. Every branch of the Garoglanian family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty in the world. Nobody could understand where we ever got money to keep us with foods in our bellies, not even the old men of the family. Most important of all, though we were famous for our honesty, we had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries, even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. We were proud first, honest next, and after that we believed in right and wrong. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. Okay, Adam is talking about two things. The first thing is about his memories or his longings, desires, which is of riding a horse. Adam loves horse riding and he loves horses. But he has not forgotten one fact of his life, and the fact is that they were very poor. And this was the second part he spoke about. Then he explained about the poverty that existed in his tribe and his family. They belonged to the Garoglanian family. Okay, and every branch of this branch means every part of it, part in the sense that one family, other family, or third family, or whatever may be, first, second, third, whatever may be. When they are Garoglanian family, they belong to the Armenian tribe. They are poor, and they are so very poor that even the elderly people of their tribe also don't know this fact, that from where they are able to arrange the money for filling the belly's stomach. But one thing was very important for them, and that was their honesty, for which this entire tribe was very famous. He says that from 11 centuries, honesty had been their pride, and they considered themselves to be the wealthiest family, not money terms, not on the basis of money terms, but on the basis of honesty. And then he says, we are very proud, then we are honest, and we believe in noting down or in understanding what is right and what is wrong. He says that whatever may be our condition, we will never ever like to steal anybody's thing. We will never try to take advantage of anyone. Then, how come this horse was there? Consequently, even though I could see the horse so magnificent, even though I could smell it so lovely, even though I could hear it breathing so exciting, I couldn't believe the horse had anything to do with my cousin Morad, or with me, or with any of the other members of our family, asleep or awake, because I knew my cousin couldn't have bought the horse, and if he couldn't have bought it, he must have stolen it, and I refused to believe he had stolen it. Okay, I hope some of you might have done horse riding. And horse, when we talk about, which is considered to be yet another very faithful animal, is very magnificent in looks. It's really a beautiful animal. When you if you ever stand near a horse, the look of the horse, the beauty of the horse, the way it walks, it hops, and the way it breathes, it exhales the breath, all these things are very magnificent. And if you are a horse lover, you will definitely fall in love with all these things. Like, if you're having a pet at home, you might be admiring each and every move of that pet the same way. And here we are talking about Adam, who is a horse lover, who loves horse. So the way he expressed his love for the horse could be very clearly seen in the way he expressed each and every movement of the horse. He said that the horse looked magnificent, grand. Then he said that I could smell it. He could smell the horse, which was very lovely for him. Then he could hear the breathing, which was very exciting, because the horses, whenever they are on a move, you can feel the breath of theirs. And but the fact was that he could not believe that his cousin, or he, or anybody of any other member of his family has got anything to do with the horse, because he knew it very well. When they are not getting enough food for filling their stomach, from where they will get the money to purchase the horse? So, purchasing a horse? No way. And stealing a horse? It was hard for him to believe, because after all, they were Garoglanian family. And Garoglanian family stealing? No way. It's hard to believe. So it is said further, no member of the Garoglanian family could be a thief. I stared first at my cousin and then at the horse. There was a pious stillness and humor in each of them, which on the one hand delighted me, and on the other frightened me. Murad, I said, where did you steal this horse? Leap out of the window, he said, if you want to ride. It was true. He had stolen the horse. There was no question about it. He had come to invite me to ride or not, as I chose. Now, as I said, Aram found it very difficult to believe that Murad in any way could have purchased the horse, because negligible chance. When they're not having enough money, enough food to fill their stomach, from where they will purchase a horse? Horse don't come for 1 rupee or 2 rupee. And stealing, that was again another thing which was hard for him to believe, because he knows it very well that no member of the Garoglenin family can ever be a thief. Then he looked at his brother, cousin. He stared at him. Stared means घूर के देखते ना. He stared at him, and then he looked at the horse, and there was a kind of a pious means very sacred type of prayerful type of stillness, and on the other moment it was very humorous also, because two feelings were existing over there. One was of delightfulness, happiness, and the other one was of fright, fear. And then he asked Murad, from where did you steal the horse? He asked him. This 9-year-old chap, he asked his brother that from where did you steal the horse? To that, what answer Murad gave? Murad said that, jump out, leap out. Leap out means jump out of the window if you want to ride the horse. When Murad gave this answer, one thing Aram became sure of. What was that? The horse was a stolen horse, and Murad had stolen the horse. No doubt. And he came over there to invite Aram, because he knew that Aram was also a horse lover and he desires to ride. But choice is of Aram. So we will have a halt over here, and we'll continue with the rest of the videos in the rest of the lesson in the next video, in the next class. Till then, goodbye and take care.